Hey guys, this is Poco. um, I wanted to do the second part of the bed layout ideas that I had and kind of show the last couple of things that I thought of for that. I had to go figure them out. So I realized that I want to do the green onions at what the square foot thing said. I want to try that. It put 16 per square and they probably could go closer, but I just want to do what the book says on this one. And then for the lettuce, they I found out from Mother Earth News article that lettuce, when you want to succession plant it, and so you want to have it you want to have it constantly germinating and constantly sprouting so that you have it all the season long instead of just planting once and then once they're done, they're done. So they were saying that when the days get warmer, the germination rate or the germination time gets shorter. And so it can make the math kind of difficult. And so what I want to do is they suggested that you sow a batch of lettuce and then as soon as it sprouts, you sow the next one. And then when that one sprouts, you sow the next one and on and on and on. And that way you don't have to try to figure out how long the germination is going to take and do lots and lots of math. And less math is always a bonus in my book. So yeah, I'll link that article in the description for you in case you guys want to read it. There was a whole bunch of other cool stuff in there too. So also I decided to take out the butterhead lettuce and just do romaine. Mostly because it's easier to prepare romaine. And like you guys probably understand, if any conservation of energy is helpful. And butterhead is just, it's more effort to prep. So I'm going to stick with just romaine. That is the longer day one. And so I had to adjust my squares to account for that. But I think it's fine. Since it takes 8 weeks about to maturity for the romaine, I'm going to give them 8 different batches of succession. And so each, however long, it's about a week-ish, I think. I'll be planting here, and then when those sprout, I'll plant this one, and so on. And they'll be planted in trays and then transplanted out, I think probably, at least for most of the season. Because we get so hot and dry here that the top of the ground really gets dry. Even if the plant roots are okay on established plants, it can be really hard for seeds. So I'll probably still baby those through most of the season. I also realized that I want to have the winter melon on the edge to sprawl out over cardboard to try to help keep the Bermuda grass out of the way. And also then I don't have to worry about it becoming a jungle on that side. I can still mow it. And then my green onions, since I lowered them down to 16 per square, I'm going to have 2 squares of them. And what else did I decide? Oh, the lettuce is all in the shadow of either the bamboo or the peppers if they get tall enough. And the peppers are here in the middle, my 2 sweets, my hot, and then a basil plant. I'm going to have a basil take up that square. And the marigolds and poppies will kind of fill in wherever there's space. And then on this bed, I did go hunting through the property and found a white plastic trellis that wasn't being used. So I'm going to try to use that to train up the 2 kinds of watermelon and the cucumbers and try to keep the grapes from eating them. The marigolds and poppies again, just because color and they're fun. And I never can get poppies to grow, even though they're native here. I don't know. I'm terrible at it for some reason. So I'm going to try again. And I figured out how many of my plants I need to seed. And so I've got that figured out here. It's kind of, the whole thing's messy, I'm sorry. But I've got like 32 green onion seeds. I know that the basil, even though it's 1 plant, I'm going to plant 3 seeds, just in case. And then tomatoes, I'm going to have 2 of them, but I'm going to double seed that. The peppers as well. And I may actually, I think I do want to do the winter melons in the trays because even though they have a taproot, I'm not sure how the germination is going to go on those. And so I'll try that. And then if they have too much shock when they're transplanted, then I might just direct seed some after that. We'll find out. The cukes and watermelons with their taproots, I'll try to direct seed, My roly-polies here are really, really bad about eating baby, especially beans, sunflowers, and cucumbers and watermelons, all the cucurbits and the beans they just love. And so the sunflowers and beans I'll probably do in 3-inch pots, at least the sunflowers. And then those are the mammoth ones. They're gigantic. And then yeah. Okay, moving on. The yard bed, I originally had 12-inch spacing on my squash and tomatoes, and that's a little tight. So I expanded it, and I'm gonna make them, it's kind of hard to see, but it's gonna be in a zigzag. So like, it'll be kind of more like that. And that will give me a little bit more room. These are a bush type zucchini, but I'm gonna train them up a T-post, and so they'll still sprawl, but it won't be as sprawly as if they were just left, you know, to their own devices. And the tomatoes as well will be trained up T-posts and twine. So I think that's it. I think that's all the chaos for now. And I will be back with my garden tracker that I want to show you guys. I'm going to be making as well to try to keep track of all the plantings. And it won't look like this. It will not be this chaotic. So that will be nice. Anyway, thanks. See you guys next time.